Hi, everyone. It's Dr. Arlene Diamco, the MultiDimensional MD. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hi, everyone. It's Dr. Arlene Diamco, the MultiDimensional MD. Thank
Sorry
you so
about
much.
that. There we go. Okay, so each week, I'm noticing certain patterns in my practice, people around me, and this is what I want to talk to you about because in medicine, we don't always address people as whole humans with a soul, a body, a mind. And I'd like to help change the way healthcare is practiced. So it's not about ignoring the physical, but it's about expanding our perspectives about what being healthy and feeling whole is all about. Because we aren't just the physical, we are this energetic heart, and we are this expansive mind, and we are this soul having this human experience. So, one pattern that I see come up over and over again is people not feeling good enough. So, I want to talk about like how that affects your health. So, maybe you feel like this is you don't feel good enough in one area of your life or in many. It's a natural human way to feel. It's always this kind of tug of war with the ego kind of trying to keep things in the box and the soul knowing exactly who you are. But not feeling good enough is not actually true because deep down, your soul knows that you are good enough, knows that you are more than good enough. So it all comes down to feeling good enough. You are inherently good. It is your nature. You were born inherently good. And the problem is really forgetting who you are. It's a built in problem to the human experience, and we have a tendency to forget. And it's part of our lifelong journey to remember over and over again who we are, these majestic light beings that are capable of so much. It's that deep feeling in the soul where you know you are loving, you want to love, you know that you're capable of amazing things, and you hope for the very best for you and for others. And forgetting can really happen at any age. So I'll see this in the little ones, I'll see this in teenagers, college students, adults, older people. And it could be show up in terms of emotions like feeling ashamed, embarrassed, feeling less than, or maybe jealous. And that jealousy can come from this feeling of inadequacy or not feeling confident or feeling that you're missing something. So, none of these emotions are bad in themselves. They're all pointing towards the same thing, that you forgot who you are. And forgetting can also show up in the physical. So I'll see this all the time. It's that nervousness, the belly aches, and the kids getting, maybe they're getting picked on at school, or maybe they're just anxious about going into different environments or the unknown. It's panic attacks I see in adults who are constantly criticized by their parents. It could be itchy skin like eczema or psoriasis. Um, and personalities are like more type A people trying to make things perfect, or it could be like insomnia and a person trying to be everything for everyone, or nervous tics and someone overwhelmed with work, or an addict wanting to feel comfortable in the world. So I can think of examples in every single organ system of the body and in people from all walks of life. It can also show up as imposter syndrome. So it's that feeling of not being confident or feeling like inadequate in an area that you are, it's maybe like your profession or your job. And we all feel like this sometimes. It's easy to feel like that with when doing something new too, and learning something new and gaining new skills. And I'll still get nervous, like getting on the camera. This is not natural for my personality to be on the camera and be in the spotlight, but I'll tell you how I get over it and just a moment, because really the solution is to remember who you are. And yes, address the physical layers also, but don't forget to remember. You are a being of light and love. And like the French philosopher Pierre Teilhard de Chardin said, you are a spiritual being having a human experience. And to feel like a whole human, you must remember that you are a soul connected to the body and mind. It's that trinity that must align to feel whole. And we can access that through the heart. So there's this soul connection through the heart, through the energy of the heart. And it's always dropping into the heart and going inward that we really feel more expansive. So it sounds like opposites because you feel you're expanding, but you're going inward to do so. So I want to go through just a really quick breathing exercise that you can do. It just takes a few breaths to help you connect with your soul, with your mind, with your heart. And again, your soul already knows. It's that part of you that's connected to the oneness of spirit. So if you think about your soul as your unique expression of spirit, and spirit as that oneness and fabric of the universe that's connected, then we are all connected on this soul to soul spirit level. And so if you just take a simple 4 breaths, and with the first breath you breathe in, I am a soul. And then with the next breath you breathe in, connected to my heart. And with the next breath you breathe in, connected to my mind. And with that last breath, you can say, I love me. I love me. I love me. So if you could take a break every now and then to help yourself reconnect, then this is a way to access deeper healing. And this will also help any physical symptoms as well, because all physical ailments are related to stress somehow. It doesn't mean that there are not real physical things going on. It's more about expanding your perspective into what it means to be a more complete and whole human being. So it's stepping into your being part and reminding yourself that you are not just the body, you're not just the mind, you are more than that. You are a soul being here for this human experience. And people ask me, how to do that, how to remember that. And so that simple breathing exercise is one way that you can do it. And it's really having that conversation back with yourself too, because your mind can often tend to be on loudspeakers, more of that ego mind, and not connected to your soul. So when it's like that, it's running, 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 and that's when you feel like your mind is looping and you don't feel like you have control over your life. You might feel like overwhelmed by things. And so it's to take a step back and to expand the perspective. And remember, you are not just your mind. And to be a whole human, you want to reconnect your mind back to your soul, back to your heart. And so you could simply do that by just talking back to yourself and say, hey, do you feel connected right now? Okay. If not, then all right. Well, would you like to? Okay. So, help motivate the mind to be curious about what it feels like to be reconnected. And simply by telling yourself that you want to be, that this is your desire, then that reconnection can start to happen automatically, because your mind will start to look for how to connect, even in your subconscious. So it's working whether or not you come up with an answer right away. If you just state what your desire is, and I say desire because that word desire, I feel, brings up more vibration in the physical body. So I want you to be able to feel when you state things, when you say things, when you think things. And sometimes when we say, I want, it sort of focuses more externally. I want this, I want that. Especially in this season, it's confusing because we're buying presents and it can feel like we need so many external things. So it puts us more into the material, physical world. But you want to direct more inwards. And so if you say, I desire instead of I want, it's like it's coming more from inside of you. What you imagine for the world, what your vision is for the world and for you. So to feel that, so any thought that you have, to be more purposeful intention, to be able to really feel it, and to take again those breaths to connect that I was talking about. So I just want to repeat that again here. I am a soul connected to my heart, connected to my mind, and I love me. So let that love for yourself help shift that feeling of not good enough to reconnect with what you know deep down already, that you are good enough, that you are more than good enough. And to feel that in your body and to let that expand and align heart, body, mind, which helps you create in the world, and your soul. So thank you so much for joining me for this quick podcast today. I'm Dr. Arlene Diamco. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I would love to talk about them in the next podcast or a future podcast. And you can join me next time at 11 a.m. Wednesday, EST. And lots of love to you. Have a beautiful rest of your day and week. And I'll see you next time.